Hello, I'm Anita from beandesigns.com. I'm here to help you create awesome digital scrapbook layouts using GIMP. This is a great alternative to Photoshop. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to create a banner using digital paper and a banner template. This is the end result I used on a recent layout where I wanted a banner and there was not one included in the digital kit containing the papers that I was using on the layout. So I located a banner from another kit and placed the layout papers onto this banner using it as a template. I'm going to walk you through the steps that I used. So all of these are the papers that I wanted to use on my layout, and this is my banner template. So I want to put all of these papers onto my image. So I'll just drag and drop them each onto the image. Once I have all of the papers on my image, I'm going to right-click and alpha to selection my banner template. Then I'm going to invert that selection and go to each paper layer and add an alpha channel to that paper and then delete the inverted selection so that all that remains are the banner pieces. So let's select none, and I'm going to hide our template. And you can see we have a banner with all of these paper, all of this paper, all of this one. You see what I'm saying? So what we're going to do now is on each layer, we'll erase what we don't want on the final banner. So I'm going to use my erase tool. I've got a large brush set at a rather large size. And I want this particular piece to be here in the center. So I want to make sure that this layer is the active layer. And I'm going to use my eraser and erase everything except for that piece of the banner. Then I'm going to make my blue layer the active layer, and I'm going to erase what I don't want to be blue. Okay, I'm going to repeat this for all of the layers. So what do I not want to be red? I want this one to be red. And let's pull this off. And green. And then the last red. So we want this one to be red. Just to make sure we had done everything like we wanted. So let's hide. Let's just look. Okay, so we failed to erase that. So we see that this is good we can zoom in, and if I need to make some adjustments, so we'll just pull a little bit off of that and just a little off of this one. And let's look at the green. I'll repeat this for each of the layers so that we can perfect our banner pieces. Once we have perfected each of the banner pieces, then I'm going to bring in the twine, which I did the similar thing. I searched my kits that I have on my computer, and I located a piece of twine, a piece of string that would work nicely for my banner, and I'm going to bring that into my image, and we're going to cut pieces off of that string to create the twine on which this banner is hanging. So let's bring in the string. So I'm going to go to that image and I'm going to drag and drop the string onto our image that we're working on, our banner image. The string is much larger than our banner. So I'm going to increase our magnification. I'm going to use the scale tool and shrink the string to be closer in size to closer in scale. Now I'm going to duplicate. I'm going to make 2 copies of that initially. That gives me 1 copy that I can alter and 2 copies that are still unchanged. So let's pull our string over to the right side of our banner. And what we're going to do is place it here where as if the string is coming through the banner and then it has a loop on the end. Using our erase tool, we're going to erase all except for that end piece. And then we're going to move that piece to be below the banner. Using one of our other copies of the string, we're going to pull it over to the left side of our banner and do a similar procedure using our erase tool. We're going to erase and we're going to pull that to be below our banner. I'm also going to duplicate that layer and pull it above the red piece. I'm going to zoom in. So we have a copy. If you look over in the layer palette, we have a copy of the string above the red and a copy of the string below the red. So we have 2 copies of the string. On the top copy of the string, we're going to use our erase tool. We're going to erase this part of the string. And then that's going to leave this top tail to be on top of our banner. I notice here that I have a little bit of the red paper. So let's erase that. Okay. So now we have this part. Our next step is going to be looking at the string in between each in between each piece of the banner. So I'm going to rotate it just a tad bit. I'm looking at this area between the two pieces of the banner, and so this string here is what I'm looking at. Let's go ahead and make a duplicate copy of this string, and then we're going to use our eraser tool and erase this part. Let's hide that duplicate copy. There we go. And I'm going to erase this part. I'm going to place this underneath our banner. And let's duplicate that small piece that we just created. I'm going to grab it and I'm going to move it to this section. I'm going to rotate it. Oh, that was a little bit much. Rotated it too much. There we go. I can grab it and place it there. Let's duplicate it and move it to the next section, just there. Duplicate it, move it to this section. We're going to need to rotate it just a little bit. And duplicate it, move it to this section. Whoa, okay. Reset, move, move, rotate, rotate, move. This pulls us to the end. So let's duplicate it and let's move it over here and magnify it. I think you get the idea what we're doing here, and I'll just finish this up. Once I've placed all of the strings in between each of the banner pieces, I'm going to move into placing that each string piece onto the same layer. So I'm going to merge them all down to the same layer. So each of the string pieces are on one layer. I'm going to put each of the banner pieces on the same layer. But we have a layer that has all the string pieces. So we have a layer that has this one string piece that goes on top of the banners and then all the string pieces. So let's make that string piece merge down to the banner layer. That keeps it on top. And then we'll merge our banner pieces to the string layer. Now that we have our banner pieces together, we've got our string and our paper pieces, let's add some highlight and shadowing to give it a tad bit more realism. Let's do that by adding a new layer that is transparent for the shading and a new layer that's transparent for the highlighting. Let's start with a highlighting. So let's increase our magnification, and with this layer active, And using our paintbrush tool and white, we're going to make our paintbrush a size of 10 and a hardness of 5. Then we're going to just draw right along where the string is on our banner pieces. So the banner pieces are placed onto the string, and we're just highlighting, well, that was a little crazy there. Just drawing a soft, smallish white line along where the string is running. We're now going to apply the Gaussian blur. We're going to make the size about 7.5, 8. I don't want it to be too large, so we'll push OK. And now we'll reduce the opacity of that. And you can see that there's a gentle highlighting right where the string is holding the banner pieces. So let's go to the second layer that we created, and we're going to do a very similar thing. We're going to draw a black line just below, stop, paintbrush, same size, draw a black line just below where that string is holding the banner pieces. And we'll go to our filters, blur, Gaussian blur, do a very similar, let's make it almost 10, and we have a shadow on our banner. Looks like the highlight is just a little bit much on that blue, so let me reduce that. And you can reduce the shadowing if you feel like it's too much on there as well. There you go. That's how you would create a banner from digital paper and add dimension to the creation. I hope this inspires you to create custom items for your layouts. Check out my other tutorials if there's anything else that you'd like to know, and we'll see you next time.